a former manager of Joyce's, a man of many suspenders, also known as...
Joyce, I just want you to know I did prepare for this.
Oh, good. That's of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that about wraps it up, Joyce. It's a pleasure working with you for about 4 years. My first day in the office in the multi-grade casualty unit. You all greeted me with open arms, but I especially remember you. You told me you wanted my job. No, when I think of Joyce Cabbage, I think of many, many positive things. A lot of attributes, Joyce, that you've got that you share with not only the unit, the districts, and the whole regional office. And let's make a company wide. Go ahead. Your personal traits. I've asked around, I have my own opinions, but I did ask around. Frugality. This is the compliments of Ms. Felch. When he used to buy me, I didn't do this until just this morning. You weigh your chocolate chip cookies. The good thing about that, then when she was thinking this was through the file area, nearly knocked over and killed 2 clerks. And you caught Terry. I don't know. I said you're pretty easy. Perseverance, another one. Does the name John Moriarty ring a bell to you? John and Joyce have had a running battle for, what, the last 2-3 years or so? And paybacks are whatever they are, but they are. John finally gave up and surrendered. The cause of that was, I believe it was John's birthday party. We went out to down the road for a birthday lunch for John. The restaurant's crowded. The waitresses are coming around. Even the restaurant manager came over. Wanted to give us the best attention, but they're all laughing at John. Nobody could figure out why. And Joyce had flashed a big sign on his back, older than dirt. And this poor guy had this sign on his back for the entire lunch. Couldn't figure it out, but perseverance and that finally John just gave up trying to pay this. Because they grew him back and forth for years. Marilyn, my colleague, she reminded me of your cleanliness. There was a party, I don't recall, at Marilyn's house. That's the party a couple years back. Now, Maryland's home is beautiful. It's like white rugs, white this, water fountains outside. Just gorgeous. Joyce and Frank inspired. They were sitting in the living room, and the party was kind of in the kitchen, and the living room out in the family room was kind of all. All of a sudden, Joyce lets out a shriek. Marilyn comes running in. Goes, Marilyn, look at that. And I had to put this in quotes, so I wouldn't remember it. But we're going to turn this recycled puppy chow underneath the table in the dining room. Because of the family. And Marilyn was just appalled at her house, which is always up, which is I thought she was going to die. Where are you, Marilyn? There you go. You got a photographic memory. I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. Gus Richter pointed out to me. You probably had maybe what, at least a couple hundred file copies with the Gus Richter or whatever. And he said, Joyce is always prepared. Gave a good presentation. You walk up, and you know what you're doing. No problem. Except on occasion you have what he termed neural failure. What file am I here for? As far as my recollection, Joyce, you love making me blush all those times. Joyce would say something never off color, but always on the edge. Get to see my face go. And another thing I am familiar with is your love of animals and pets, but there was one tragedy here for you at USAA. It was a kidnapping, so I recall. To this day, we don't know what happened to that pet rock. I gotta assume that these are all Joyce's friends. Is there anyone that wants to come forward and admit that they stole Joyce's pet rock? Mr. Weir, you're the one. Terry, come on up here.
I didn't steal the rock. I really didn't steal it, Joyce. We did try to get it back for you, though. See, now let me give you a little background to this.
Can't hear you, Gary.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. Several months ago, someone made off with Joyce's pet rock. And then shortly thereafter, they started sending her these photocopied images of her pet rock in captivity, asking Joyce to come and rescue her pet rock. They're kind of, ransom style notes. Well, she thinks I did it. I don't know anyone around here that would do such a thing, especially me. But we did try to get her rock back for her, and we couldn't do it. We even, when we heard that she was retiring, we wanted to get our best field investigators on the subject and see if they could come up with something. And like oftentimes, they really didn't come up with anything. So I did a little investigation of my own when Joyce was out for a few days. I went to her desk and I thought maybe I'd find a clue. Well, I don't know that I found a clue, but I found something that I don't think I want her to go home without. Some things. And there they are. Wait a minute. For those of you in the back and are afraid to ask, these are fingers. Remember these? And I heard Joyce say, if I'm going to pay for a finger, I want to see the finger. But when I saw this, I knew that I didn't know if Joyce would be back or not, and I wanted to make sure that she went home with this. And I mean, for all the times that she's done this for me, and I know it was just in fun, you know. I know she must have just been kidding around and so forth, but for all those times, and I just had to come down here once before you left and give you the finger. But there is a happy ending in the story, Joyce, because somebody had the stones to come up with your rock. And this time it's smiling. It's just a little thing, but this time there is a happy ending. Thank you for giving me the privilege of roasting this fine young lady.
Joyce, we had some fun here with you, but that's what we like to have this one that we all did with you for a long time. I can only say that I really enjoyed working with you. I enjoyed your company, I enjoyed your skills, I enjoyed your professionalism. It's been indeed a pleasure knowing you, and don't forget where we are. Come back and visit, please.
Our next speaker is a former co-worker of Joyce's, also a claims refugee, now a policy service manager, and a legendary Amway salesman, Mr. Steve Dawson.
These are scary. It's interesting when I got the phone call, you can hear me okay? When I got the phone call to be reflections. I said, if anybody that would want to do reflections, I would be the last person anybody would call, especially when it comes to Joyce Candy. But I did want to share just a couple of things with you, and just basically some of the things from the heart. And then I'll get to the reflection. And honestly, in all of our lives, we meet people who really, truly, certainly will all miss you, and I will certainly miss more than anything your sense of humor. And when we talk about gray area, I guess I got the other side of that, because that's what I heard most of the time with Joyce. And now for the true reflections. And some of it is a little bit gray, and I hope you don't mind. And Joyce at this point is probably saying, oh my God, what is Bussy going to say?
We all are. Have to make sure everybody hears it.
There's basically two stories I'd like to share with you, and I've tried to clean them up as best I can. Joyce, remember when you brought in some pictures of you in your youth, in a bikini, leaning upside of a car, and you showed everybody in the department what a gorgeous person you were, and you were. The next day you came to work, everybody was huddled around the bulletin board with a big sign that said, name this person and win a free lunch. You pushed your way through the crowd for that free lunch. And there you were, one by one, in full color. People are still trying to guess to this day who it was. It was Joyce. I want to know how you know that I stole the picture that did that. One of the ones when I first got into the department and began working with Joyce that upset me the most, but I learned to live with it, was Joyce made an accusation in front of everybody that I was throwing pencils on the floor in front of Denise Falkowski and in front of Joyce for some sick reason, maybe to sneak a peek. I tried to go to George, but he wouldn't listen. We only found out later that Joyce herself was throwing those pencils at her feet. In the gray area. I hope you don't mind if I open this for you. In your retirement, I know there's some things that you'll need. So what I've got you is a bunch of pencils that you figured out. Years later, when you get into the retirement home and you run into men who maybe can't see as well.
Or open packages.
Boy, did I write this. How much time I got? Bigger pencil.
Thank you, Steve. Murder suspect intoxicated at time of crime, say cops. And there is Linda Beckner's husband. No, not the guy in the white t-shirt. That's the murderer. Linda's husband, Bob, is a detective for the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department. Linda has been running around this month quite a bit, and she's been sitting still now for about half an hour, and I think she's ready to explode, so let's let her get up here and talk. Linda Beckner.
As everyone knows me, I'm never good host. One thing we kind of forgot to do, and this, Joyce, is some presents for you. We got you some flowers, and Joyce is known for making very beautiful silk flower arrangements, but we thought we'd give her something different. One thing, Joyce, of course, USAA always buys a nice gift for her, and sent her the catalog, but it hasn't quite caught up with her. And her unit all got together, we put good money together, and we ordered it, and it hasn't come in. So really, there is presents for it coming to us. But in the meantime, together a retirement fund and also here at USAA. And in fact, I came to work with USAA first, and within a couple of months, I recommended Joyce, and they hired her on, and in fact, USAA paid me $500 for having Joyce join us. And what's really great, did everybody notice your 2-week bonus? They found out Joyce was retiring, and everybody got a Okay, well, I've known Joyce, like I said, for a long, long time. And she's always said, because I used to tell you, you really like your job, we need to work, we all need careers. We'd be bored to death at home. And Joyce is always good at saying, not me. If I could quit today, I'd quit. If I could quit another day, on and on and on and on. And she always says, the only reason I work is to enhance my personal life. Well, I want to make sure that in her retirement, that she has something to be sure and enhance her retirement life and not to get behind. Joyce has also been known that Frank is tormenting him constantly. He, of course, is somewhat older than Joyce, and he's been retired. Well, it drives her crazy to be here working and him at home not doing anything. So I've heard her many times on the phone talking to me, and all of a sudden she'll take the receiver and go bang, 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 and she says, I won that round, and hangs up on her. One thing I want to make sure to do is, and she's been well known for her honey-do list, so I made her a supply to make sure that she always has plenty of Frank. Now, of course, the real truth is I thought Frank was going to be here, and I was going to make sure I gave him the Frank, so Frank would happen for you now, but that didn't quite work out. The second is Joyce, for years and years, her husband plays golf all the time, anytime he possibly can. And Joyce always thought it was the stupidest game. Well, about 2 months ago, she took up golf. And now she loves it, and that's all she does all the time. So what I have done is purchase a gift for her so that when all of her holes in one, she can actually display them and rub it in front. Really enjoys working and enjoys being around. And I know she's enjoyed working for USAA. Believe it or not, it is a good company. We got to do it runs, right? And but so if you ever get lonely and don't have anything else to do, you can call the USAA text
Some time out from teaching a humor in the workplace seminar today. Russ Smith.
I want to know why Tyler can read the paper in Human Resources and he couldn't. George, he brings up the notion of George negotiating the AMC tickets and calling him and saying, Tyler, how come you gave all your money away in the first off? You should see him recruit people. The midpoint's 35,000. Give him 40. 41. I need this guy. This is actually the first retirement that I'm involved in. I watched Dick go. He's 37 years and he left smiling. 40 years, you left smiling. And I look out in the workforce here. I didn't retire and join my family. That's many years away. But when you work hard and you work in this kind of industry, all the humor in the claim side of it, this is a tough, tough business. And the last 4 years to go out smiling is admirable, and I hope I can do the same. Joyce, we wish you the best in retirement, and in golf, if you play like me, you're going to need a lot of wish. People ask me what my handicap is in golf, and I say golf. But I wish you the best of luck, happiness, and health with your husband, and I, for one, wouldn't have moved to a place called San Antonio, but I wish you the best.
Can't let the day go by without a few words from our guest of honor, Joyce.
enjoyed working here, and I've enjoyed working with all of you. Some of you are my dear friends, others aren't. And I didn't need to look at you directly. I relish some of the things that have happened while I have been here. Some of the little things that, like, for instance, Steve Gould, Mr. Potty Man, if you remember him.
Mine retired, Joyce. Mine.
It will not last that long. I love his arrest, his incarceration. But I won't be a stranger here, because as I understand it, security is going to give me a little card that's going to give me access to the building. And if that's the case, I can't terrorize you. I will be here for lunch. And as far as your fee bill is concerned, you see that spread over there? Take it out on trade. Because I know that you can do that. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate it. And while I say that I'm going to miss all of you, I'm going to be having one heck of a good time.
And now, the not quite ready for prime time.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Great.
And see, you told me you were gonna get
Take off. You got it off. You gotta play it off. Look at left. Make sure you use
Let's see you around.
5 years ago, you told me. I think she has. Yeah.
That was one of the funniest things I ever
I was afraid all these other people would take care of you. They would have. They would have. And what's new?
We're trying, she won't stop talking.